And Are You Okay is a not safe for work podcast, so any young listeners are discouraged from continuing. However, we literally have no way to track that, so do whatever the hell you want and enjoy the show.
The Phillies are rolling. There you go. I got a swore bomb on camera.
Okay. So you were at opening day, right?
I was at opening, the home opener.
The home opener. It's fun stuff.
Nah, it was really good. Go Phils.
I was gonna say we have like I feel like our lineup's like a 1-2 punch, kind of like us. We're like a 1-2 punch.
you know.
We're like a 1-2 punch it.
Oh, I see what you did there. I like it.
Yeah. Well, we're still in like you said, we'll come up with some baseball nicknames, but for right now we're still
Space Ranger Suarez.
Yeah, we're still the Qui-Gon Mitchell and Stormtrooper Dejean of the Star Wars podcasting scene.
Well, but of course, the
lockdown corners for you. You're listening to And Are You Okay?
Guarding the
Star Wars
outer rim.
I like what you did there. A Star Wars podcast. And we are here off the coattails of you know what? It's becoming my new favorite tradition. May 4th, Tales of a Something drop.
Tales of a Something. Keep them coming. Don't ever stop them.
Yeah. Don't ever stop it. You can go back and visit old ones, but like, I'm fine with it. I was talking to Ray the Ruiner. I was like, what are they going to do next year? Like Tales of the Senate? Like, I don't know, they're running out of things.
Political
thriller. Bail Organa. Jar Jar Binks.
Darth Jar Jar.
But, yeah, so...
Senate's hilarious.
Tales of the Underworld, new animated short series coming out from Lucasfilm on May 4th. Was honestly like pleasantly surprised, was not expecting anything other than Andor up until Celebration. So this was something that kind of like came out of nowhere, and just super excited to be talking about Star Wars animation with you again, Matt, because you know that it is my bread and butter. It is it has done nothing but exponentially increase my love for this franchise.
10 million fold. Oh, and got one.
Okay, I'm ready.
They would. I don't think they would do it, but Tales of the Child, Grogu before we met him.
All 6 episodes. All 6 episodes.
The gap between Order 66 until when Jin found him. Tales of the Child.
Well, maybe they'll just do I Am Grogut. Do a whole Disney Plus animated series around that. I gave people our nicknames, but I didn't tell them who we are. So I am Mikey, the illest, some have called me, and I'm joined by
Plagueis the Wise,
the Frozen one himself.
I feel like you're wise again, bro. I feel like you got your knowledge back.
Yeah, I'm kind of in there. Well, we're talking about animation. I'm in my bag right now.
That's what I'm saying, bro.
Matt, Obi-Wan Kenobi himself, the Mace Windu dude.
C3P bro, Mace Windu, Smack Talker Skywalker. You know what I mean? In the
rolled into one nice
main from the Great Hoodie Gang. I got a great t-shirt on this time though.
I was gonna say rolled into one nice tightly packed death stick for us to smoke together, my friend. And if you
not
want to
sell me death sticks,
I don't. I just want to smoke them with you. I don't need to rethink my life. We're already going down.
Facts.
But if you're coming over here from TikTok for the first time, shout out to Bill, our producer, Bill Buffett, Sabilba himself. He is driving a pod racer that has 4 engines, driving us all the way into more likes, listens. Thank you for that, buddy. But yeah, so like I said, a new tradition is forming over at Lucasfilm. We were pleasantly surprised with the trailer for the upcoming miniseries Tales of the Underworld, which will cover 3 episodes around Cad Bane and 3 around Assaj Ventress, all of which take place in the dark alleyways of the galaxy. Matt, I kind of have some points noted by character, although going to start with what I told you before we started recording.
Yes,
Lucasfilm, Star Wars specifically, their Instagram account put out a little snippet of like what stuff is going on, and I had a lot of speculation in my notes about Cad that this was an origin story. You said it was obvious. You're probably right, and that's what they confirmed. So we can talk about Cad first if you'd like.
We can talk about Cad all day.
Yeah. So tell me, is he the bane of your existence, or just
absolutely not?
A better
I love that
guy? I was just trying to make a pun, but or a better topic for one of these Tales series than another character. Let me know your thoughts. What are you thinking about the Cad Bane storyline we're going to get?
I'm trying to catch a Cad. You know, no, I'm excited. So the reason why I said for me, I thought that it was like loud out front that it was origin stories. He doesn't have his tubes.
Yep, that was one of them.
That's why
he doesn't have like the head plate either from his duel with Boba Fett.
Yeah, and I feel like and I know different animation style issues thing for between shows. Like it doesn't, for me, it didn't look like his signature Desperado hat. I feel like it was still trying to figure out my fashion hat. So I was, but I'm super excited because just weirdly enough, I held him in in the same categories like Boba Fett. It was like a cool ass character that for me like just existed as he is. Like it's not even a backstory that I knew I wanted, like that I thought I wanted. But then when you dangle it in front of me like, hey, we're gonna give you a Cad backstory, I'm like, fuck yeah, I want to know Cad backstory.
Yeah. Like, right. And they've like teed it up in a way where I'm like, this sounds really interesting. Like I might walk away. I already loved Cad Bane, but I might walk away being an even bigger fan of the character. Well, yeah, because it just seems like it sounds like almost like he got the short end of the stick and he's taking that vendetta out on the world. That's like the vibe I'm getting, where it's like, oh, like I got fucked over when I was younger, and it's like now everybody can catch these hands, and he's never given up on that energy.
That's why it's like, I guess like it was probably like a personal betrayal, so that's why he's just a no nonsense bounty hunter. Like I don't give a fuck about your sob stories. I'm here to do a job. I've been burnt before. I will never be burnt again.
Yeah, no, and I kind of like love that for the character. I think that it will solidify him as one of the great bad guys. You know, I mean, if he's the good or the bad or the ugly, he's definitely more on the bad or ugly side.
That's a beautiful blue man.
He sure is. He sure is. He's got those piercing red eyes.
Piercing red eyes. Deep pools they are. Pools of fire.
And he's still got his toothpick. We love a character with a toothpick.
We do. I do have a question.
Hit
for
me.
you that you may be able to answer. I was under the assumption that I also don't know off the top of my head what Cad's like species is.
The Duros, yep.
My man, I knew you would know it. That's why I threw it up off the backboard. I knew you would go get it. I was always under the impression that his tube things was like a breathing apparatus. Because like that's how he breathed. Like, so I don't know whether it is like if this origin story takes place entirely on the home world and maybe they don't need it on that. But I was just like, I thought it was because like his species had issues breathing air.
Don't worry, Matt. Let me learn you something big, my friend.
Learn me up. Those
Daddy, tubes are a way to get around being force choked by Jedi.
Okay.
It was a voluntary like thing that he did to keep himself from being able to be force choked.
I love him so much more even.
I know, right? It's pretty badass when you think about it. It's
so much cooler.
Yeah.
My man.
So yeah, that's what they're for. But it is certainly interesting. I think we've seen him without the tubes on and off. Specifically in the Clone Wars, there's an arc where they escape from prison when Obi-Wan goes undercover as Reiko Hardeen. He doesn't have the tubes, so it looks like it's something that like he can take on and off. Like he doesn't necessarily need to have it, but the fact that he even has like the ability to kind of do it. I mean, we also, spoilers, if you haven't watched Book of Boba Fett, we also hear it kind of like go off when he gets stabbed through the chest by Boba.
It's still beeping though.
It was still like, beeping. Yeah, I will hold out hope forever.
I think he's still alive.
You will never catch me not wanting more Cad Bane. So the fact that we're getting some extra stories with him makes me super excited. I'm very interested in. I don't know if it's going to be his brother, his childhood best friend, whoever wronged him. Yeah, whoever wronged him. I'm wondering what his motivation is and if it warrants Cad Bane being as angry as he is, or if we'll just see him be Tom Petty.
Tom Petty. Did you notice that in the one scene when it seems that they're having like the face off, it seems as if as an adult that betrayer of a best friend seems to be the Law. He seems to be Johnny Law.
He does seem to be the Law. And Matt, I don't know if I quite put that together, but now that you mention it, he's definitely got some sheriff boots on, it feels like.
So I'm wondering, I love that trope of like friends that it's the Fox and the Hound story. And I love that trope. So I wonder if like the betrayal, I wonder if they like were both little shithead little kids.
But he became like a cop and this other guy became an outlaw. Exactly. I love that. I hope that is what we get. And if you're onto it, like, kudos to you, my friend. I think you might have. You've read this thing before it even happened, but I'm excited to see how it plays out.
I'm gonna throw out an even more detailed explanation of that said thing, just based off the clips that are in the trailer. For me, it seemed like like two wards of the state. Island of Misfit Toys is kind of surviving, Aladdin style street urchins. It seemed like they get caught. And maybe the homie dimes him out. Like maybe like something happens where like both about to go down and he betrays Cad and it's just like, oh, he did it. Like, and then that leads him to a life of the law.
Crime.
And Cad goes to the life of crime. And that's just like ruined his life. Like that's what it seemed like to me. Cause it seemed like, I feel like I saw a couple different scenes of them as kids, like in doing some shit. Like, or trying to flee some shit or get away from some shit. It seemed like something happens in their childhood, as opposed.
I will
to,
say the clip at the end of the trailer where he's like, "Was it worth it?" and he's like, "It already was," or whatever he says.
I think it will be.
Is being. Like Oh, he said it will be. Yeah, he's being escorted away by Coruscant police officers. Might just be what all police officers look like throughout the galaxy in the Republic. But that's like the animation model that I recognize behind him. So definitely. Interesting whether that will be like the end of it. Maybe that might be the end of the second episode, right? And I wouldn't be surprised if they maybe held off on some stuff. Obviously it's a quick trailer, so there's plenty to show, but also plenty to keep reserved. They do a really good job, I think, of teeing up what the themes are going to be in these Tales trailers, but not necessarily like what the big content or twist even has been at times.
I was just gonna ask you, how likely do you feel? Because like these Tales of XYZ do usually give you some type of twist, like in it, or where not so much like an M. Night Shyamalan, oh, what a twist, but like oh shit, cool detail that I didn't know was a thing. That's awesome. Do you think the last episode, whether Cad is the first three or the back three, do you think his last episode, because there clearly is time jumping, we see him as a kid, see him as an adult, do you feel like there will be some type of wink and a nod that he's still alive? Like the last part of his last episode might be not in the past anymore. Like maybe it's like a current.
I don't, and I only say that because it just really genuinely feels like I feel like they do show clips from all the episodes, and nothing with him ever made me feel like it was in the future. That being said, they could still just have kept that from the series,
right?
Yeah, and if he has like a duel with him and he ends up like winning, but he's like laying on the ground and it like zooms in and goes to black, and then it fades back into him laying on the ground on Tatooine like years later.
That'd be fire.
While his thing's still beeping and he gets back up.
Yeah,
that'd be a pretty sick way to do it.
Or even if they don't do the flash forward, it kind of had to be a like, oh, you had to be paying attention. Like even if they did like recreated the same thing, but like confirmed that beeping means that he's still alive, because we know he obviously doesn't die in this because he moves on in life. But I think that'd be cool, like if he loses the duel to Johnny Law friend and like we think he's dead, but then you hear the shit still beeping and it's like, oh, that means he's alive, and it's like, oh shit, it was beeping in the Book of Boba Fett. Like even they did something like that.
I'd love that. Cool. A small wink and a nod, I think is a great way to...
it was beeping, that means he's breathing. Like some shit like, oh, if it's beeping, he's not dead. When they couldn't find his body, that means he's not dead.
You're talking about Aragorn?
No, that was episode 3.
Oh, Oh yeah. You're totally right. Yeah. Yeah.
Speaking of Star Wars, did you see what I sent you on Instagram? This is relevant because it's Star Wars related.
Speaking of Star Wars,
I kind of want you to look at it now.
Speaking on a Star Wars podcast. That's
speaking of Star Wars on Star Wars, like look what I sent you on Instagram.
We're going into my messages right now just to go see it.
I want to get your happiness in real time.
My happiness in real time.
Yeah.
Did you just send it to me?
Yeah, it's today. Like maybe like right before we started recording. So which movie it is isn't the happy part, but just like the spectacle of it all, I feel like it'd be something nice to do.
Rooftop movies?
Did you wait? Look at the date that I put. See which movie it is.
May 14th.
Mm-hmm. Now click on the post and see which movie's on May 14th.
They're always doing. Oh,
Nani?
Matt's number 3 ranked movie,
There
Star
you
Wars:
go.
The Force Awakens.
Yes.
I think
like-
that sounds
that
like a
might be-
movie night to me on a rooftop.
I was
my
about to
friend.
say, there might be
Oh, we can
something.
smoke death sticks.
I'm just saying. Death Sticks and Star Wars. Match made in heaven.
I'm gonna don't go home and rethink your life. We'll peak.
Right? Just like I did in high school.
There you go.
Kidding.
It's okay. I think
I've been
peaked at 6
thriving
years
in my
old.
30s. I've been thriving in my 30s.
Oh wait, I'm sorry. I didn't peak at 6 years old. Siebes peaked at 6 years old because he got
The Great
to see
Disruptor.
Tarzan and yeah.
Oh yeah, because he got to see
Same day.
Tarzan episode in the same day. Yup. He'll
Yeah.
never top that. He'll never top
Nah.
that.
That feeling is immortal. So, any last thoughts on Cad Bane before we move on to Assaj?
I am actively looking for Cad Bane inspired tattoo ideas. So
It's just going to be a lone cowboy hat.
probably that is hot. That is one of the ideas. It is for sure. We'll see.
Or maybe like a toothpick.
Because I don't like the low hanging fruit of just getting a Cad Bane tattoo. I feel like that's too easy. So
Yeah, you
like,
got to have a little
representation. Yeah, a little something.
I feel you.
I say I got the
He does
Rebels
have-
symbol slapped on my shoulder. That's enough blatant you love Star Wars.
All right, I got it. You're going to get his little jet boosters from his boots just tattooed to the back of your legs, man. We're good. It might make you faster.
I will say the one thing that would keep me from doing that fire tattoo idea, I haven't had to full sprint in maybe like 4 years. I don't know how fast I am anymore. Like I treadmill, like, cause I do love to run, but that's a casual pace. That's just the, heart rate up, keep
It's a
the body
jog,
right.
you know?
Yeah.
Right.
I haven't had to like dick it in many a moon. So like, I don't know what gear I can get to anymore.
Sprinted with my dog, not for very long.
Yeah,
But
I don't know how fast, how far, or how long I can full run anymore. Probably something that I should figure out, but not today.
Yeah, just in case,
Right.
if there's an apocalypse or something.
That'd be the worst feeling that I was faster than I actually am because of how fast I used to be, and I need to get away. And I'm like, what the fuck is happening? It's like that dream.
My body's falling apart.
It's like that dream everyone has. It's like when you're running from a dog and you're like mad as shit because you're faster than what this is. Like that's what that would feel like in real life. Like, damn, I'm cooked. The streets is dead. Put me in carbonite. I'm out of here, bro.
He's frozen.
Done.
All right, so let's move on.
I am
to,
the frozen one.
Let's move on to our favorite.
You're the frozen one. That needs to be a drop. I need that
Yeah.
drop.
That is a good one. That's a really good one. Man, you're chock full of them. It's just everything that comes out of Matt's mouth is a slogan. Literally everything.
Bro, I speak in quotes. Like I speak in isms. That's what it is.
It's incredible, honestly. I'm just glad I can get to witness so much.
I appreciate you. You're one of the few people that get to like see the process of it all.
Yeah,
Most
right?
Just get the end result.
So our favorite redeemed, not quite a Jedi, but she's Force using, Assaj Ventress. I feel like this feels like a small jump past Bad Batch with the like completely updated Stormtrooper armor now being like in circulation. Like we still have the TK troopers towards the end of Bad Batch, so actually having like the full on Stormtrooper design tells me that this is like maybe like a couple years past that,
which is exciting.
And she's shepherding a young Jedi. Could this have something to do with the path? I know we kind of like
we don't get this
keep
path series, bro.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I know we kind of keep like coming back here mentally. It's just something that there's a lot of Star Wars stories that just dance around it, and it just feels like this is the right time.
It's like it feels so taboo. It's like, why aren't we just pouncing on this? But to answer your question, I 1000% feel like it has to do with the path, because we know that Quinlan Voss is involved with the path. And that's her lover. Yeah. So it's like, it only makes sense. I will say I was a bit bummed because I would have loved to have seen the period of her like denouncing Dooku and like doing her own thing. But there's so much content on that. like in literature and shit, like in lore.
Put a pin in that.
I will.
We'll come back to that. Okay, so the other thing is Inquisitors sure do kind of grow on trees now, don't they?
Bruh. Insert Inquisitor here.
They're everywhere. Like this guy, I had the Duros pull right out of the back of my head, but the owl-looking dudes, I think they're in a ton of Star Wars video games as like generic bad guys that you can kill. Mm-hmm. But it was cool to see like another design, and definitely like, of course, I'm down for a lightsaber fight. Like I'm not going to complain, but it's like I don't even. Is this guy like the like 23rd brother,
the 88th cousin? About to run out. Name of this episode. About to run out of family members, bro.
Yeah, seriously. But yeah, it's just like one of those things where I'm just like, maybe we should have like not given them these titles if we're just going to keep adding them like into it. I just don't know what the point was.
When the 10th neighbor pulls up to you, that's when you know the dark side is cooked.
Right. I mean, they are killing them like left and right, and so they're kind of like betraying each other and stuff like that, but it is what it is. I just think it's like one of those gimmicks that I'm like, this feels like they didn't think this through quite as much as they probably should have at the beginning.
The Inquisitorius is definitely like entering Knights of Ren type of uselessness to me. Like it's they seem like filler episodes. Like the concept of an Inquisitor for me has turned into, we don't want to oversaturate. We don't want to oversaturate. We don't want to oversaturate Darth Vader. Inquisitor.
Well, it's also like you have Jedi on the run. How many of them are going to actually be able to give Vader a legitimate fight? Very few. Right. So, and I think that's the thing, right? I do like that. Lightsaber on lightsaber action. Like I want to see it. I
was a big fan of them at one point. Like I liked them a lot. Like,
I was gonna say, you can also repurpose Inquisitors. There's tons of them that are active at this point in time. It doesn't have to. You don't have to kill someone.
Do they?
You don't have to add someone. Yeah.
If the second sister, I don't even know second sister is a thing, but I feel like it is. It sounds very familiar.
She is. She's the big villain one, right? From the Fallen Order.
Yeah, the big one.
No, you're thinking of
not the big one.
Ninth Sister.
Ninth Sister's the big one. The number in the familial tree plot point doesn't matter. Do they replace that number, or they just like move on, like they retire the jersey?
It's a good question. Like, I don't think so.
I was about to say, I feel like they don't.
Other than the Grand Inquisitor, I don't think so. But like, you could have pulled in not third sister Reva, because she's still growing at this point, right? But you could have done like fifth brother, or who is the Inquisitor who's in Rebels and Obi-Wan. There's also, we know of a couple others that are like still active because of the Darth Vader comic series. Mm-hmm. You could do the Grand Inquisitor. Like all of them are like valid choices here.
Trying to sell
and
merch,
all formidable enough for like Assaj to fight. That could also be true. Yeah, maybe more there. I did freeze frame the trailer a lot. I wanted to get a good look at the hilt of the young Jedi that she's helping, because I thought it might be the youngling from the Clone Wars arc. We got Gungi in the Bad Batch, and I was like, oh, maybe this is Petro. But the hilt didn't look to be the same. They just kind of have like similar skin tones and colored hair. So it could be interesting.
If it's a couple years after Bad Batch, timeline wise, does that work? If your thought process is it's a couple.
He would
years
be
after Bad Batch. Okay.
Because he would be like a adolescent at that point.
Got it. Got it.
Think like similar age to Cal Kestis, for sure. But yeah, so I do think it'll be interesting. Like that could still be true. I'm not sure. Might just be like maybe just have a different lightsaber, right? Or that lightsaber might belong to someone else. Either way, the action sequences from the trailer are what got me most excited. It looked like different set pieces. Always down to learn more about Assaj. But when I told you to put a pin in the whole, you'd like to see some of her other stuff. You were talking about the Clone Wars timeline type stuff. I do think it's really interesting that we have Cad Bane and Assaj Ventress, two characters who never got to complete their Clone Wars story arcs. They had to be finished elsewhere. Not get their Clone Wars story arcs finished in a series that could have easily maybe done that.
Right.
So there's part of me, and I'm really interested to hear your thoughts on this, wondering, is this maybe a test for them to find out later. Exactly, is like if Tales of the Underworld performs really well, is that an impetus for them to animate Dark Disciple, right? And maybe they make an animated feature for Disney Plus that covers that arc of the Clone Wars, and then the Boba Fett arc with Cad Bane and Boba Fett finally getting the armor in the Clone Wars that we never got to see. Right. Maybe this is kind of like leading to that, or something that they're going to gauge interest on to hopefully flesh out those stories. Don't get me wrong, I do like. I'm happy that Dark Disciple's a book. I just think it's worth animating. Like, I feel like that people are going to eat that shit up.
1000%. I feel like Disney would definitely have this perform really well and then do exactly that and say that was the plan the whole time. Like, I definitely feel like they would do that. But I will say I could 1000% see that being the soft launch to possibly getting that. And I think that you might be onto something with that. The one thing that just kind of has me on some, like, I wonder if they are keeping some shit under wraps, because outside of Cad Bane's kid version, which one would assume is probably going to be like the first of his episode if they're just going to do it chronologically, I feel like a lot of the clips for me, scene wise, seems like they might be just different, like the same episode, like different parts of the same. I don't feel like there's a lot of a variety, especially for Asaj's shit. I feel like her scenes, Cad's, because obviously kid, not kid, his might, I feel like we might get like maybe a couple, like maybe an episode and a half of his shit. But for me, like all the Assaj scenes for me seemed like it was like
could have been in one episode.
Yeah, it seemed like it was all one episode. So I wonder if they're intentionally keeping some of that filler shit out of the trailers to let that be like, oh shit, we're getting it now.
Well, there is one unanswered question that we still need to figure out, like, how did she come back? And I don't know if it's going to be answered here, but I do think it's like, if they don't answer it here,
maybe that's one of the episodes. Like maybe she like opens up to this kid about how she came back, and maybe that, because that's like such a big thing. Like, I thought you died, bitch.
Right.
Maybe that's why they don't want to like shoot their load, so to speak.
Which is fine, and I think that that's all well and good. Like, if we don't get the answer, it almost makes me more excited, because that sounds like they have some big plan for her.
Right.
In which case, that's fine. Assaj is a great character, so I'm all for it. Happy to have more content surrounding her.
If Dark Disciple gets like a quasi animation as a flashback in one of these 3 episodes, would you be satisfied with that?
Now, it was supposed to be an 8-episode Clone Wars arc, so to try and mash all of it into like a 27-minute episode tops, I think that's like the longest Tales of like runtime we have, would feel like a really cheapened experience, in my opinion.
I agree.
And then Matt, really just like my final thing on the discussion here, unless you had more you wanted to talk about, but outside of me desperately missing having a long-running animated show, the Clone Wars style is obviously here to stay. Do you think we are going to get a new show announced at Star Wars Celebration? Like,
Celebration? It's on the 4th, right? They're like doing it on the 4th?
No, it's the 19th, 18th, and 20th.
Okie dokie. A new Do we know what has already been teased? Like what, like the Rumble? Oh, it's like under wraps.
The only thing that has been like officially announced as having like a panel that's like new is the Bit Reactor video game is getting a panel.
Got it. All right. Well, shit. If they keeping it that under wraps, then yeah, I feel like some shit's on. Like we about to get some like big news.
Yeah, and there's going to be an animation panel. I just wonder if it's like going to be talking about the Tales of series that have come out since, or if they're going to actually talk about something new.
I feel like hearing you say it like that, I feel like the logic dictates that there probably is something bigger. Because like if that's going to be the main discussion point, why give us a teaser trailer this close to when you would have been announcing it? It seems like stepping on your own surprise. Like
fair.
To do it that
totally
way.
Fair.
So it's like this is the big enough to get everybody excited, but it's not the big thing that we want to talk about.
No, and I think that's also like, okay, don't overshadow. Exactly. Like give this time to breathe and people get excited about it before you overshadow it with like another huge animated trailer.
Exactly. Yeah, so though this is probably all right, yeah, we'll give them this because they're getting antsy. We'll give them this. It's gonna be a big hit, and like you said. Damn, brother. Ooh, now I do think that this is a soft launch for Dark Disciple, like an animated series, because the optics of that makes sense. It's like it's a really well polished throwaway if it's that way, because it's like, all right, we got to give them something. We haven't given a long form animated show in a minute. We want to give them something. We don't want to give them this big thing yet because we need to hold shit for Celebration. Here's a thing that we want to test run to see if the bigger thing, not to say that a Dark Disciple will be the bigger thing, but it makes sense why this would come out so close to Celebration, because it's like you said, it's not something that will overshadow whatever their big surprise is, but these are two characters that are like cult classic characters, so it's like, fuck yeah, Star
they
Wars.
Are easily two of the most popular Clone Wars characters.
1000%. 1000%. So now you've sold me that I feel like this is the soft launch for a Dark Disciple animated short.
Yeah, series. And the only other, so I genuinely think that like there's still room for more clone stories so that we can find out like maybe how
I want to see Omega's adult story.
That was what I was also going to bring up, right? So the models of the official stormtroopers, they did exist in the final episode of the Clone Wars when Vader goes to where the Venator crashes. There are snowtroopers and stormtroopers there, so like they exist, right? Like they're in there. They've made it. I think that's maybe like kind of like the nice thing about the animation side of things is that like, oh, you've created these models, like we have those assets, we can use them. Like the reusability of a lot of stuff. Why would you make
it for nothing?
Right. The reusability of that stuff becomes something that makes the industry for them specifically how like what they're trying to do, something that's a little more budget friendly. And these animated shows cost a lot. I mean, they look absolutely fucking gorgeous.
So good, bro.
But they are still something that like it takes time, takes money. I wouldn't be surprised if we do get a new show announced, they've probably been working on it for the last 3 or 4 years. Like you have to kind of keep that in mind. Like I'm talking like before Bad Batch was over, this stuff was getting worked on.
Yeah, 1000%, because these shows take years to make, like years. Like the voices might be like one of the last things they do, like,
for sure. Yeah. So it should be interesting for sure. Please give us more animated Star Wars content. But for now, that's kind of all I had to say about that. So, Matt, any closing thoughts before we close this bad boy out?
I just want to say to Corey Burton, you are, I don't know what pocket you slipped yourself into to like figure out the voice for Cad Bane, but you are a legend, sir.
He is also Count Dooku.
Oh shit!
Did you know that?
I did not know that. Like,
it's insane. It's insane how much he sounds like Christopher Lee.
Yeah, like, I knew it wasn't Christopher Lee, obviously, but I didn't know that he played both those characters. That's nuts.
Yeah,
that's nuts. But yeah, like Cad Bane's voice is like one of the most recognizable like character.
Oh, iconic for me
of all time. Just like not even Star Wars, just period.
when I greet my nieces, I go, "Hello there, little lady."
It's so good. It's so good. But yeah, so yeah, I just want to give Corey Burton some love, like, because I've always
he deserves it.
He talks. I always love how he talks. Like, just I don't even need Cad to do shit when he shows up in episodes. Like, just talk. Just talk. Just have some banter with some characters. Like, I don't care what you do. Like, you're just so cool. Like,
yeah. And I don't know why. I feel like I've heard Assaj's voice actress a lot, but they also do a fantastic job.
Her shit's fire too. That rasp, that chain smoker rasp.
Yeah.
And it's special. It's crazy because it's like, Assaj is like very like snake like, and there's like a bit of a hiss like in her speech, like, but it's not like a hiss, so, but it's like behind the words she says, like it's like, and it's fire. No, I'm super excited for this shit. Like, I'm super. All right, so I guess something fun that we could just close this out with, outside of Tales of the Child, what's the next Tales of you would want to see for next year?
Since they like said Tales of the Underworld and queued it up with bounty hunters, I feel like we can't do that, right? Like, this is the bounty hunter like realm for it. So maybe Tales of the Squadron or something like that, where we got like some fighter pilot, like space battle type stuff.
I would fuck with that. That'd be dope.
I'm trying to think of like types of characters that we haven't. Maybe Tales of Rebellion, like not like a rebel show, but like one that focuses on. Like they could do an arc on Admiral Akbar. That could be pretty sick, I think.
That'd be dope. Or even this would be a super, like, I wouldn't call it a Hail Mary because it's Star Wars. People, if you build it, they will come. But like a Tales of the Rebellion, where you had like 6 episodes of like unknown people who joined the rebellion, like, I feel like that would kind of be fire. Like, if they're just like total unknown people, like on some
or like
shit. Like,
there are some characters that I think could get more love, like Chirrut and oh my gosh, why can't I think of Chirrut and who's the other guy from Rogue One that they're like Guardians of the Wills?
I know I can't think of his name. You know, names ain't my strong.
Baze Malbus. Yeah, like they could, like, I could see them being like part of the 3 episodes, seeing them as kids. Maybe they interact with like a Jedi when they're like really young or something like that. Like, that could be really fun. But yeah, there's a ton of like they're gonna keep doing this, right? I do hope they return to Jedi at some point. It's something that I think we were like all under the assumption that we were going to continue to get stories around them. So don't get me wrong, always happy to have like new and different, interesting stories. But the fact that we got Tales of the Jedi and it was so good, and then we went to Tales of the Empire, also really good. But I'm like, there's part of me that's like, I still want Tales of the Jedi. Like, go back and go back to that because
I feel like there's way more Jedi that you could definitely do that for. To your squadron shit, because that kind of resonated with me. Is the Patty Jenkins squadron thing still happening, or that got like canceled?
So it was like thought to be canceled, but she
I was about to say I thought recently, I remember hearing that
she said recently that it's still in development.
Okay, because I was just gonna say, like, that'd be cool if that was like a way to give us that story, like Tales of the Squadron, and then just be like, all right, well, not necessarily what we had for the movie will give you that, but in absence of the movie, now here's some shit. You could do Biggs, you could do Wedge. Dang, I kind of want this now. Like, that'd be kind of fire. We could go watch people get power converters from Tashi Station. Like, oh
my god,
what? Could you imagine?
It's like my Star Wars wet dream, going to Tashi Station to get some power converters.
Could you imagine?
Hold on, let me break out my flesh lightsaber. Jeez.
Maybe we can watch how people learn to bypass capacitors. Like, who knows?
Hey, who knows?
Like, the stars.
Actually,
the limit.
Dude, I'm sorry. Tales of the Sandcrawler. It's just going to be all Jawas. All Jawas all the time.
Tales of the Nerve Herders.
Houtini.
Whoo. Let's go. Let's go. There, you know what would be kind of like super meta, but I'd hate it, but it would work if they did like Tales of Tatooine.
Oh my god, dude. I think I would actually get like I would get frustrated because it'd just be like, how many times are we gonna go back to this fucking plane?
Everybody wants to go back to Jakku.
Yo. Actually, I want Tales of the Pod Racers, and I want to see pod racing on Malastare.
That'd be fire. Yeah, the sky's the limit. Like they could legit just have this be the annual thing, like forever, like for real. Yeah. Like as long as they want to keep doing it, like I hope they keep doing it. I'm here for it. And do we have it as? Oh, I guess they might mention it at Celebration, like Visions. The next Visions, has that been?
That is going to have a panel, and then and this time around, Visions Volume 3 once again going to be all Japanese studios, so that's going to be super exciting. It's a very anime heavy. That's going to be really cool.
I like that.
Yeah,
I like that. So. Me and Trav might have to finally do that together.
Do part 2, yeah,
or just if it's mostly anime based Star Wars, like just do cover Visions 3 together. Bro, doing the second part to Visions Part 2 now would be so.
It's
crazy.
Never gonna happen.
3 years later, that's nuts.
I love Travis. I just don't think we'd. It's been so long. He'd have to rewatch it all again.
Dog, I don't even remember what we said, and we said it.
Yeah, that's true.
But yeah, I'm excited, bro. It was funny.
Well, this actually, I feel like I'd be remiss if I didn't bring up the fact that we said we were going to cover Tales of the Empire, and then.
Did we not
Rachel,
do that?
No, Rachel kept getting sick.
I feel like we just talked about it on the phone every time.
Literally every time. And I was like, yeah, we can always do Tales of the Empire. And you're like, yeah. And then we would find something else to talk about.
Dang. It was the Star Wars list episodes of its time. It was the OG.
It was the OG.
The OG pushback pod.
We'll have to, you know what, just for old time's sake, we'll just say we're going to cover Tales of the Empire with Rey the Ruiner after we cover Tales of the Underworld.
I was about to say, if we want to try to bang that out before this drops, I'm down, dog.
We'll see. I'll see if her schedule's open. She's busy.
Busy woman, booked and busy. Out here ruining shit. She's busy.
Yeah, always ruining shit.
Always ruining shit. Oh man. Finn, our guy Finn. Justice for Finn. Hashtag justice for Finn. What I was gonna say to end all this, and then we can say our goodbyes and everything. As I was leaving work today, I was just like, damn, we about to record mad shit for Star Wars, and I just got really excited. I was like,
there's a
many
ton
things
coming, everybody. I might get to the point where it's like, forget what day we normally drop episodes. I might just
start throwing shit out. Nah, man, yeah. I'm here for it, bro. I'm here for it.
You made a lot of content, a lot of Star Wars Celebration stuff, a lot of Andor stuff coming at you.
Oh, the Super Andor excited. World Tour kicks off
in the midst of all of it. Revenge of the Sith's 20th anniversary coming back to theaters. Like, there is so much Star Wars.
We got rooftop Force Awakens, more content.
Oh my god! It's just a lot going on, everybody.
I'm excited.
We're excited to talk about it.
Let this be a lesson to never let go of your passion, kids. When shit gets stagnant, or you hit a mental block, a creative block, or life just start lifing, never give up. Never give up. Because there was some times where my brother Mikey was feeling a little dark and stormy about the Star Wars about this podcast.
There were times that I was like, I think it might be time to call it. And
we said, nah, I will not have it. I will not have it. Oh, I watched Black Panther yesterday.
Wakanda forever.
Wakanda forever. But yes, but I was like, I looked at Mikey and I said, sir, you are the Agent Ross to my Shuri. I will not let you give up on this fight.
Some call me the White Wolf, dog.
The White Wolf is awake. I'm gonna get that arm. But yes,
I put my arm on just the same way everybody else does, right out the dishwasher.
My man. But yes, I like I said, bro, I speak highly of you all the time, and I won't try to get on my soapbox, but I'm happy that we stuck with this. I'm super excited about all the shit that we got going on, because we just get to nerd out and talk about shit that we like. And do death sticks.
It's a quite time to be smoking death sticks and enjoying Star Wars.
It is an amazing time.
I'm so happy to be doing it with you, man.
Absolutely.
It's gonna be a fucking blast.
Let the people know where they can find all this amazing Star Wars content that we about to just start.
They can find all this amazing Star Wars content here at Andy Are You Okay on your favorite podcasting platform, and you can find clips of us over on TikTok at the letters A and I Are You Okay Pod on TikTok and Instagram. You can catch me on Blue Sky, where I'm trying to be more active, but let's be real, life be lifing. So I'm not always posting as much there. So definitely
TikTok's popping.
Yeah, keep up with the TikTok. That's where we're getting a lot of clips out. If you're coming from there, again, thank you so much for tuning in. We definitely appreciate it and enjoy the comments. So you can also check out our sister podcast, which Matt also co-hosts, Dragon Ball for Life, with our good friend Travis, who you just mentioned before. They're covering all things anime, specifically Dragon Ball, but we got a whole ton of other content. And
a lot of shit about stuff coming from that, too.
We have our Dragon Call series, which we interview voice actors or people who are contributing to the nerd culture space. So definitely go check that out if that is your squeeze. So, Matt, close this bad boy out for us.
In honor of not my Batman, but a Batman. It could be Val Kilmer. It could be Damn Wilmer. It could be, see that guy over there? He's a winner. You know, like, it could be, no. My hair's not getting thinner. You know? It could be
Skinner.
Yeah. Or it could be Ray when she's not busy ruining things. Life can be a beach, but as long as there's no sand, you guessed it, Anakin Christina Smith Skywalker. He gonna be okay.
B-O-K R-I-P Val Kilmer.
R.I.P. Val Kilmer.
Say the line.
You say the line.
No, I did. I said B-O-K. Oh, may the force be with you, man. God damn it.
And with you, my brother. Later, nerds.
Deuces.